so the projects can be committed to and developed?
Answer is no. In Europe, actually, demand for gas is also falling, but not as radically as the oil demand. And one of the most important things we need to know, I mean, the Russian pipeline was built years ago. You know, I remember, again, some of the old-timers remember that it was a Reagan administration wanted to stop it because not create dependence on Europe, and everybody thought it. The Russians now say, I wish I never built it. You know, it's a liability. I built it, I spent all the money, and now I have to argue with the Europeans. They are, in Europe, every other contract, LNG or pipeline, is in arbitration or some kind of lawsuits. The Europeans are kind of litigious people, even more than the Americans. Sort of. It is, but the pipeline is built. The money is gone. Okay, so the only way that you put it, you put the gas from that side, and it comes there, and you argue with Ukraine or here or there, but the investment's already made. And until about a year ago, the Russians' exports were about 30% below capacity. And the additional volume was supplied by the other Europeans. So think of Russia as OPEC and the rest of suppliers as non-OPEC. OPEC keeps the price up, and non-OPEC maximizes the production and enjoys it. So Norwegians, Statoil, the BP, Shell, ExxonMobil, they all maximize pipeline flows while the Russians suffered. This year, the Russians have come up with a novel system. The novel system is that my oil indexation stays, but I give you a discount on my gas, oil, and fuel oil price formula so that the price ends up to be exactly the same as what the national balancing point price in Europe is. So now I sell you, but year to year, I'm not giving up the formula, oil-based formula, but I'm adjusting it so that I'm now equal footing. So immediately, the demand for exports from Norway and other countries declines because the Russians now increase the production. Meanwhile, a second pipeline is being built and is coming. So I think that if you look at in Europe, what the casualty is that all the LNG which is looking to go to Europe would have to be diverted outside because there's no need for it. With the new pipelines and with declining demand, that essentially, and of course, the production in the North Sea is also falling at the same time. So the need for outside Russian volume